بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا ومن سيئات اعمالنا، من يهدي الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا، واشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له، واشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله وسلم عليه تسليما كثيرا الى يوم الدين. ثم اما بعد. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, we spoke the first Jumu'ah in Ramadan. We spoke about ihtisab. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Man sama Ramadana imanan wa ihtisaban, or man qama Ramadana imanan wa ihtisaban, ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbi. That whoever fasts the month of Ramadan or prays qiyam during the nights of Ramadan out of sincere faith and in pursuit of Allah's reward, hoping the reward from Allah, Allah will forgive or will have his past sins forgiven. So, ihtisab is very important for the Muslim. It is essential in his deeds. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves that from him. Allah loves his servant to be purposeful, loves his servant to be resolute, loves his servant to be determined. And also in Fatiha itself, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. It is you we worship, and it is from you we ask assistance. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. Guide us in the straight path. We are worshiping you, we are asking for assistance from you, so guide us to the straight path. And so many Muslims think that the straight path it's only to find yourself in the masjid, to be dutiful to Allah, to be an obedient servant to Allah, and to find yourself reading the Quran. That's not only that. Straight path, when you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala straight path, as Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, throughout the day there are fitan كقطع الليل المظلم, there are fitan, that are trials dark as the darkness of the night. So we all the time, 17 times during the day, at least we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us to the straight path. And also, straight path covers every detail in your life. Straight path covers every aspect in your life. Straight path also is to marry the right woman. Straight path is to find the right job. Straight path also is to be surrounded with a pious company, with a pious friends. That's also straight path. So we gave some examples from the Quran when we say that Ibrahim alayhi salam about the ihtisab. When Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he said, Rabbi inni taraktu min dhurriyyati, O Allah, I've left from my descendants in an uncultivated valley. So he made all the dua. He said, Oh Allah, I've made all this sacrifice for you to accept my dua, for you to bestow on me your blessings. And at the end he said, Rabbi ighfir li wa li waliday wal mu'minina yawma yaqumul hisab. Allah, forgive me and my parents and the believers on the day of judgment. And upon this, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Man istaghfara lil muslimina wal muslimat kutiba lahu bi kulli muslimin wa muslimatin hasanah. That whoever seeks forgiveness for Muslims, male and female, Allah will write for him a hasana, good reward, for every Muslim and Muslimah he seeks forgiveness for, or he prays for. So we have 2 billion Muslims. If you say once, Allahumma ighfir lil muslimina wal muslimat, we'll be having 2 billion hasanah. And that teaches a lesson that from among the believers, from among the Muslims, you have enemies. You might have enemies, you might have people who don't like, but despite all that, you ask forgiveness for them. And Allah will give you 2 billion hasanat because of that. And as we see, Ramadan is passing so fast. Already we are in the 18 days of Ramadan have passed. And some countries 19 days of Ramadan have passed already. And so many Muslims say, oh, what a lose. Oh, ya khasara, what a lose. Ramadan passes so quickly, so fast. And those who must say, who need to say, what a lose are those who did so much, or do so much in the month of Ramadan. So many people say, we love Ramadan. But ask yourself, for what? You love Ramadan because of the food. You enjoy the food in Ramadan. Or you love Ramadan because of the night, so you spend it in the games and you spend it in the entertainment. You love the entertainment of Ramadan, not Ramadan. Because Ramadan is the month of ibadah. Ramadan is the month of Quran. So if you say you love Ramadan, you should love the ibadah first. I'm not saying you mustn't love the food. No, we all love food. But that mustn't be your first purpose. The first purpose has to be Quran and ibadah. And you can see yourself, you can see how you prioritize your Ramadan. What are your priorities in Ramadan? How do you spend your time most in Ramadan? And from that you can say, oh, I love Ramadan or otherwise. And whatever is haram in Ramadan, during the day, it won't be halal after Maghrib. I'm not talking about food and drink and all that. I'm talking about ghaiba, namina, and gossiping and lies, and watching haram things, seeing haram things. If it's haram during the day, it's also haram by night. It won't be halal after Maghrib. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Inna lillahi utaqa'a min al-nari kulla layla. That in Ramadan, Allah has people to free from the hellfire, from Jahannam, and that happens every night. So the sanctity of the night is the same as the sanctity of the day. The same thing. Don't think now it's Maghrib time now, everything is halal. No. What's haram remains haram. So they are, as the ulama say, be careful of the elephant in the month of Ramadan. The elephant animal. It is a strange statement. Be careful of the elephant in the month of Ramadan. And there is a story behind this. In the time of Imam Malik rahimahullah, once he was teaching his students, teaching people fiqh and aqidah and hadith in the masjid in Medina. And an elephant arrived at Medina. And the people of Medina, they were not used to see elephant in Medina. They were used to see donkeys and hyenas. They were used to see camels and horses and so on, but not elephants. So while Imam Malik rahimahullah was teaching the people hadith and Quran and everything, now they left him upon that noise. Because of the noise, they left him alone, and they went to see the elephant outside, and only one man left with Imam Malik. Listen to him and to the hadith. And they asked him, and that was his name was Ata. And they asked him, Ya Ata, there is an elephant outside. Go to see the elephant. He said, I'm not here to see the elephant. I didn't come to Medina to see the elephant. I came to Medina to learn knowledge, to see Imam Malik, to learn Quran and to learn hadith. I didn't come here to see the elephant. The same in Ramadan. You are here in Ramadan to read the Quran, not to see the series of Ramadan, not to keep yourself busy with the reels and to keep yourselves busy with the games. You are here in Ramadan to take advantage of Ramadan. So be careful of the elephant in the month of Ramadan. There are so many elephants in the month of Ramadan. Be aware of that. And today, inshallah, we want to talk about one of the pervasive addictions in the human history. And when you talk about addiction, what comes in mind is the addictive substances, such as alcohol and nicotine and so on. But today we have a different one. Today we have one of the most dangerous addictions, and that is our smartphones. They are the thieves of the month of Ramadan. They are the thieves of Ramadan. They are the thieves that steals our valuable time in the month of Ramadan. Not only in the month of Ramadan, but during the normal days, during the normal time. It is a pandemic. I want everybody to realize that the cell phone, it is a pandemic. We all know that cell phone is a ni'mah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are a lot of things that you can learn from the cell phone. There's a lot of knowledge in the cell phone. It is a great ni'mah. A cell phone is one of the vehicles that help you to understand ghaib, the unseen. You talk to someone you don't see. Some people they said, no, I don't believe in something that I don't see. But here the cell phone, you talk to somebody you don't see. In your bank account, in your card, if you raise your card and you see there is no money, but there is money inside, even you don't see it. So the cell phone is one of the vehicles that helps you to understand ghaib, to understand the unseen. Despite all of that the cell phone, it is a ni'mah from Allah. But unfortunately, so many people use their cell phone excessively. Use the cell phone with excessiveness. To the point where, to the extent where the cell phone destroys our life, destroys our normal life. The cell phone destroys our family life. I mean our normal life. Think about your life prior to this pandemic, prior to this addiction. Think about your life in 2004. Think about your life in 2005. Think about your life in 2006, 7, 8. Prior to this pandemic. We lost one of the most important things, and that is the clarity of mind, safa'ud-dhihn. We lost the clarity of mind. We lost the serenity because of the cell phone. They call it a smartphone, but creates so many stupid people. Think about your life prior to this pandemic. So many people cannot build relationship with others because of the cell phone. They're all the time, even when I'm talking to them, but they are busy with the reels, busy looking for the funny videos. And as the doctors or the psychologists say, that the reels and the social media gives a false sense of pleasure, which distracts your name or your capacity of internet. Very dangerous. The smartphone which we have, the device which we have in our hands, it's very dangerous actually. It is silahun bihadain. It is a sword with it is a two-edged sword. Either you use it in khayr or you use it in shar. You use it in a good thing or you use it in a bad thing. So as I mentioned, so many people use their cell phone for fun. Reels, scrolling on the social media, looking for reels, looking for funny videos and laugh. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, رب امرئ يضحك من أفيه وما يدري ما فاعل به ربه أغاضب عنه أن أمراض. So many people, they said, how many a man who laughs out of his with his full power, out of his, with his full mouth, while he has no clue about his status with Allah. He has no clue whether if Allah is happy with him or is angry at him. This is one of the pandemic. This is one of the disasters, is our smartphones. Now the problem, we take our cell phones everywhere, from room to room. Even some people use their cell phone, due to all respect, in the toilets. Wallahi al-azim. Believe it or not. The toilet is a place of filth. It's a place of najasa. Due to all respect, you cannot use the cell phone in the toilet. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, to the hadith, upon entering the toilet, Allahumma inna a'udhu bika min al-khubuthi wal khaba'ith. Oh Allah, I seek refuge in you from the evil and from the doers of the evil. Oh Allah, I seek refuge in you from the devil, male and female. The toilet is a place where you can relieve yourself. Qada'ul haja. When you're done, you have to be out. It's not an entertainment place, an entertainment hall. But you can sit and play games, or you can sit and watch videos and reels. Subhanallah, it's a place of najasa. How would you accept yourself as a believer to sit in a place of najasa for a long time? You should spend the less time in the toilet. The lesser, the better. Meanwhile, you find so many Muslims, subhanallah, talking inside the toilet, answering their cell phones inside the toilet, sitting in the toilet, watching videos inside the toilet, subhanallah. We have to think seriously about limiting the usage of the cell phone. We know that many people use, there are some people who use the cell phone for work. People who download PDF books, read books. When you see somebody, is sticking or is glued to his cell phone, doesn't mean that it's only watching, funny and watching tribal things and tribal contents on the cell phone. But also, some people are using their cell phones for purposeful things, for beneficial things, beneficial matters. But despite all of that, you have to minimize. We have to limit the usage of the cell phone in our lives. Now, unfortunately, the cell phone is more important than our children, more important than our wives, more important than everything else, more important than our friends. We're looking for a pleasure and the happiness inside our cell phone, where the pleasure is around us. The happiness is around us. The happiness is with our families. The happiness is with our wives, our children. And we are looking for it far away in the social media. And we are giving a bad example to our children. To the limit, to the extent where that our children, our generation now, for us, the social media, it is a virtual life. It is a fake life. But for the new generation, it is a real life. Wallahi, for the new generation, it is a real life. Is a place where they quote their characters, their akhlaq, and their everything, and the way of talking and everything. Unfortunately, because why? Because we've been neglected while we are raising our children. And now we know that the highest war is not to shoot a bullet. That is a traditional war. The highest war is to destroy every moral, everything of value in the communities. That's the highest war. Which is why now they found those they call celebrities to spread fahisha in the communities, to spread the immorality in the communities. You have to be the first and the best teacher to your children and to yourself. First and foremost, to be the best example for your children. Do not give them a lot of time on the social media. And one of the best or one of the most successful ways to raise your children is that do not give them free time. There is nothing called free time. There is nothing called it's just chilling at home. Because if you give them free time, they will use it in a bad ways. Wallahi, this is one of the most effective ways to raise your children. Do not ever, but do not give them free time. From time to time in the weekend, it's okay. From time to time, once a month, it's okay. But not every day. There is nothing called, no, it's just chilling at home. His program should be from the school to the homework, from homework to the tahfiz, the Quran, from Quran to training, from training to sleep, whatever. But do not give them free time. And don't tell me, no, he's just a child. Let him be like any children. If you want your child to be special, give him a special program. Don't tell me, no, he's just a child. No, you're being too tough with him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about Yahya, وَآتَيْنَاهُ الْحُكْمَ صَبِيًّا. And we give him the wisdom while an infant, a child. And he said also about Isa alayhi salam. He said, إِنِّي عَبْدُ اللَّهِ أَتَانِي الْكِتَابِ. While he was an infant, he said, I am Abdullah, I am the servant of the slave of Allah. He gave me the book while he was in the cradle, an infant. أَتَانِي الْكِتَابَ وَجَعَلَنِي نَبِيًّا. He made me a prophet at that age, few months. وَجَعَلَنِي مُبَارَكًا أَيْنَمَا كُنْتَ. And he made me blessed wherever I am. Wherever I go, I'm blessed. وأوصاني بالصلاة والزكاة ما دمت حيا. And he enjoyed upon me salah and zakah while I'm alive. At that age, an infant, when we say no, it's just a child. وبرا بوالدتي ولم يجعلني جبارا شقيا. And he made me also dutiful to my mother, and he never made me a tyrant and disobedient. Said at that age. Wallahi, if you want to be an example to your children, do not even pick your nose with due to all respect. Do not even pick your nose in front of your children. Do not clean your ears in front of your children. That's adab. If you want to teach them adab, do not cut your nails in front of your children. If you want to teach them adab, if you don't want them to do that in front of you, in front of public, do not do it in front of them. That is called adab. That is called adab. That's a self-hygiene. We don't do it in front of people. And you say, no, I'm still young. Until you reach the age of 20, 21, 22, I'm still young. Salah ad-Din Ayyubi, rahimahullah, who conquered al-Masjid al-Aqsa. Once when he was a child, 4 years old, 5 years old, he was playing with other kids outside the street. He was playing with the kids, and his father called upon him, and he yelled at him. He said, "Ya Salah ad-Din, لم أتزوج أمك لكي تلعب مع الصبيان، ولم تنجبك أمك لكي تلعب مع الغلمان." He said, "Ya Salah ad-Din," while he was playing with other kids. He said, "Ya Salah ad-Din, I didn't marry your mother for you to play with the children. Your mother didn't give birth to you for you to play with the other kids. I married your mother to conquer al-Masjid al-Aqsa." The high vigor, the enthusiasm, teaching his child from the cradle, while we have grown people with a childish mind, unfortunately. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.